Occasionally when you're downloading and installing software for Linux, you will come across files in tar.gz format. This is a compressed file which is similar to a zip file on Windows. To help demonstrate what a tar file is, or a tarball, we're going to quickly create a file within a folder called test. And we're going to create the file called file name, which will be in the test folder. So if we change into the test folder, we can see our file exists there. We can put this directory inside of a tarball. To do that, we simply type tar -cvf and then the name of the file, which will be test.tar.gz. And then we specify the path that we want to include inside of this tar. So we just want to include all of the test folder. If we look now, we can see that we've created our test.tar.gz file. And then we can go ahead and delete the test folder. Which, as you can see now, has disappeared. So this test.tar.gz is the equivalent of a file that you could download from the internet, which could contain a folder or data or anything else. To extract the data from this file, we simply need to type tar -zxvf and then the name of the file. This will extract all of the contents of the tarball back into the current directory. Because this wasn't in the gzip format, we don't need to include the Z. And so if we look in the directory again, we can see that the test folder has been extracted again, as has our file name. This is a great way to create backups, as well as transferring data which must be structured in a certain way. Its usage for installing new pieces of software is and has been on the decline for some time now, especially with the likes of GitHub becoming more popular, which allows a user to download all of the files directly into a specified path. Because tarballs were primarily used to distribute open source software in the past. There are slight alternatives to this process. For example, instead of the ZXVF, which we used earlier, which is reliant on the gzip format, there is also a replacement for J, which is reliant on the BZ2 format, or bzip. These are probably the two most common alternatives of the tar unzip commands that you will encounter, although as I mentioned earlier, usage is and has been on the decline. In the next video we're going to have a look at how we can install games to our Raspberry Pi, so make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss it.